You may know our first guest as Captain Jack Sparrow, Edward Scissorhands, or Willy Wonka. I know him just as that guy I used to date. Please welcome, for the first time on the show, Johnny Depp. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
What is that?
It's you. We took into account that there's going to be a lot of that, so we accounted for the time. Now, I know that you're a pretty private guy, pretty quiet guy, and most of your off time is spent being very quiet. So is this kind of like stimulation overload when you have to promote a movie?
Well, it's always, it's always a little strange when you end up out there in the world. I stay home a lot. I don't get out much,
Right. And I also stay home a lot, but I do this every day, so I'm used to it. But I would assume for someone like you, and this is part of it, because a movie set is very different than the press part. And the press part is, and people love you, so they go crazy when they see you, so there's a lot of noise.
But it's a very different thing when you're playing a character. You know what I mean? As a character, you can do virtually anything. But as yourself,
Awkward?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, very awkward.
And do you, because you played some really iconic characters, and when you read a script and they're always really these, fantastical, magical characters, do you look at it and go, I know exactly how I want to look? Do you start with a look, or is that where it starts with you?
Something, generally, like within the first 10 pages of the script, something hits, something clicks, and you feel like there's something that you can add to the piece, that might not have been done before,
Right.
So it's pretty much that, and then the images start to come, the look starts to come.
Were you ever like going down a trail of like, oh, this is what this character's going to look like, and then gone completely another way, or did they all end up like you think they're going to look?
Pretty much, they pretty much all ended up the way they were going to look and the way they were going to behave, I mean, like the idea behind Willy Wonka, there's certain ingredients you add to these characters, and like Willy Wonka, for example, was, I imagined what George Bush would be like, incredibly stoned. And thus was born my version of Willy Wonka.
Right. So the next time I see that movie, which I think we're all going to watch it again now, that's what George Bush would look like, incredibly stoned.
I think so.
You may be right. You may be right. And Edward Scissorhands, what did you think about with that?
Scissorhands was a combination. It was the idea of like a newborn, really like a newborn seeing things for the first time, and also a dog that I'd had. This sort of this dog that I'd had, where this unconditional love, this sort of purity in my dog, and those was basic ingredients for.
And what a fun way to see the world. Which is how we should always see it all. We get so accustomed to things, and everything is just dulled, and so what a wonderful way to remind yourself to play a character like that, to look at things anew.
It was great. I mean, that there was something very safe in being that open to things and seeing things in a as just very new.
Yeah.